I'm one of the lucky ones. I made a little bit of money. I don't have 50 million to bet with you, but I do have 3 million to bet with you. So this is your offer. $3 million. You put 3, I put 3. Winner takes all. I'm 5 years out the ring. I'm a kickboxer.
Jake Paul has made waves in the boxing world, but his latest move has left fans questioning his legitimacy as a fighter. The self-proclaimed boxing prodigy just turned down a jaw-dropping $3 million fight offer from Andrew Tate, the controversial kickboxing world champion. And when Joe Rogan, one of the most respected voices in combat sports, chimed in, he didn't mince words.
If you want to fight and you want to send a contract, send one to me. I will take a few weeks break from living my retired life to kick the living out of a goofy, entitled dickhead like you. You know my name, Andrew Tate. Google it if you want to know more. Any day, any...
Jake didn't just reject the fight. He tossed the opportunity aside like it wasn't worth his time. But why? Is Jake afraid of tarnishing his record? Or does he only fight when the odds are stacked neatly in his favor? Buckle up, because this story is packed with drama, egos, and some brutal truths about Jake Paul's career that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about him.
As a boxer?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And listen, what Jake Paul has accomplished is he's fighting old guys.
Yes.
He's fighting, all he fights are old guys and whatever. But listen, say what you want, he wins. And he makes money. So he's doing his thing, you know.
Let's start with Andrew Tate, the man who threw down the gauntlet in spectacular fashion. Known for his brash personality and a kickboxing resume to back it up, Tate didn't just offer Jake Paul a fight. He essentially dared him to step up with a $3 million bet on the line. And an anytime, anywhere challenge. Tate wasn't playing games. His message was loud and clear. If you're the fighter you claim to be, prove it. But instead of responding with his usual bravado, Jake Paul went radio silent. For a man who never misses a chance to hype himself up, Jake's hesitation was deafening. As the internet buzzed with anticipation, Joe Rogan took the opportunity to weigh in on his podcast. Rogan, no stranger to calling out fighters for ducking tough opponents, didn't hold back. He pointed out Jake's track record of fighting old guys and opponents with little to no boxing experience.
Would you fight Mike Tyson? Again, no, because he's now old, and I would be an absolutely tragic shame to knock out an old version of his prime self. That doesn't feel fair. Prime Tyson would have ripped me apart in the boxing match, so to beat him when he's past his prime feels dishonorable, and I'd feel dirty for doing that. So there's no amount of money on the planet that could convince me to fight.
While Rogan acknowledged Jake's ability to win and generate massive pay-per-views, he was quick to call out the glaring pattern in Jake's career. He doesn't want to fight someone he can't control, Rogan said, summing up the sentiment shared by many in the boxing community. And then there was Jake's pivot, the decision to fight 57-year-old Mike Tyson instead of Andrew Tate. On paper, a fight with Tyson sounds like a blockbuster. Tyson is a legend, a household name that still commands respect in the boxing world. But
yeah, he'll never do that, though. He knows. He knows way.
One, he's under contract. And
he's not his own boss.
And two, he won't do it. He knows better. He might.
And it's funny to say, like, yo, Conor McGregor is scared of Jake Paul and will never box.
Let's not kid ourselves. Tyson's prime was decades ago. While he remains a cultural icon, he's far from the fighter he once was. Choosing to fight Tyson over Tate wasn't just a strategic move, it was a safe one. Jake knew that Tyson's name alone would sell tickets, but the risk of losing to an older, slower opponent was minimal. Meanwhile, Andrew Tate didn't let up. He took Jake's silence as an opportunity to double down, calling him out again and making his criticisms even louder. There's a difference between training and being a fighter, Tate said, throwing shade at Jake's entire career. He pointed out that Jake's fights are often against opponents who pose little to no real threat, retired athletes, MMA fighters past their prime, and even former NBA players with no boxing background.
Come on, fight!
Come on, 20 seconds to walk, Steve. Let's go! Come on, work. Good. 10 seconds. Work.
Jake's career is scripted, Tate added, hitting Jake where it hurts most. his credibility. Social media quickly picked up on the narrative. Fans who had once supported Jake began to question his intentions. Was he really interested in proving himself as a fighter? Or was he simply chasing paychecks while maintaining an illusion of dominance?
Two brothers, one cage. Jake Logan, you Tristan. Who comes out alive?
You know what? I'm trying so hard to not start internet beefs. I'm really trying not to.
You could say Jake and Logan, man.
Bro,
Don't worry about it.
No, I can't lie. Bro, I'm going through life. I'm trying to live peaceful now. I've got Fed agents in my house. Matrix is after me. I'm just trying to live peaceful. But of course, I have absolute faith in myself and my brother, and I know what we've been through, and I know the kind of men we are.
Criticism poured in from all sides, with some fans calling him a coward and others accusing him of being more of a businessman than a boxer. Even Jake's loyal supporters had to admit that avoiding Andrew Tate while choosing to fight Tyson didn't look great, and Joe Rogan wasn't finished. He dissected Jake's strategy further, highlighting how every opponent Jake has faced has been carefully chosen to ensure a favorable outcome. He's avoiding young, competitive opponents, Rogan said, cutting through the hype that Jake has built around himself. According to Rogan, a fight with Andrew Tate would have been Jake's chance to silence his critics once and for all. But by rejecting the fight, Jake confirmed what many had suspected. He's more interested in controlling the narrative than proving himself as a legitimate fighter. Let's take a closer look at Andrew Tate. This isn't some washed-up internet personality looking for relevance. Tate is a former kickboxing world champion with a chip on his shoulder and the skills to back up his words. He didn't just challenge Jake. He called out the entire foundation of Jake's career. Tate's $3 million bet wasn't just about money. It was a statement. He knew Jake wouldn't take the fight, and he wanted to make that fact painfully obvious to everyone watching. But the fallout doesn't end there. Jake's silence after Tate's challenge has left a lasting impression. For someone who thrives on trash talk and self-promotion, his lack of response was glaring. Fans who had been hyped for a potential showdown were left scratching their heads, wondering if Jake was simply out of his depth. And as the criticism mounted, Jake's carefully constructed image as a fearless disruptor of boxing began to crumble. So, where does Jake Paul go from here? Does he continue to dodge real opponents, risking further backlash and alienating his fanbase? Or does he finally step up and take on a fighter like Andrew Tate?
Andrew, fighter, legitimate, badass motherfucker, strong mentality. Sorry, Tristan Tate is the weak link.
I say let's
He got a bad shoulder. He's shaped like a gingerbread man. I don't want no beef, but that's delusion.
PFO will set this up.
A MMA double tag team match.
10 million for everybody.
You might have a fight on
someone who could genuinely test his skills and silence the doubters. The longer Jake avoids fighters like Tate, the more his reputation suffers. And as Rogan pointed out, there's only so long you can maintain a facade before the cracks begin to show. Jake Paul's decision to reject Andrew Tate's fight offer has done more than just spark controversy. It's exposed the core weakness in his entire brand. For years, Jake has marketed himself as a fearless competitor, but this saga has revealed a different story. Fans now see him as a businessman first and a boxer second, more interested in selling fights than proving himself in the ring. And unless Jake changes course, his empire of hype and half-truths may not survive much longer. Okay guys, for the best updates on boxing news, moments, events, and actions, subscribe to Knockout Updates and turn on notifications to never miss out on quality content. And check out our other videos. Until next time, peace out.